Hello my witches, bitches, and all those fans of the fictitious, and welcome to another video. It's me, Sam, and Loki. He's kind of trying to look at you. There you go. So in today's video, we are gonna review books I read in March, kind of beginning of April. A little late, but you know. I'm gonna say spoiler alert because I did talk a lot. But I read these three: Rod the Zombie, right here, Scythe and Sparrow, and Wisteria. So in Rod the Zombie, you have Rod, who comes back during the zombie apocalypse, but he has his mind still kind of there and he's not eating humans. And then you have Bethany. She's kind of a badass goth witch, and they meet in a graveyard. And so begins their story where they go kind of back and forth with the past, the present, and she has a little sister she kind of takes care of, a friend, Maria, that's involved in the story, and then her ex, Maverick, who's also a little magical. And we follow them, and Grim, which is a zombie squirrel, pretty badass too. But this is a story where she just does it in such a different way, and it's interesting, and we'll see my reactions when we watch it because it's very different, and you'll see. I like this quote that I found in here. "I believe in magic," he said thoughtfully, "and I believe that everyone has magic in them, some more than others. So yeah, I believe some people have thought to be witches." Interesting. Interesting. Another quote. "Magic, fate, it's all connected. Some people like to pretend you're in control, but the universe has a way of pulling strings when it wants to." Back to reading. "They were a quiet reminder that even in death, beauty still remained." Cute. Of course, she made her own bed near books, but she dog-eared one. Who does that? So her friend betrays her. And then he's like, "Bitch, you ain't got a choice. You still gonna be with me." What a hoe. What a dick. Fuck him. There was no stopping him, not when it came to her. Go get a rod. Well, damn. He just said, "as disposable as a dish rag." Dish rag. Oh my god, words. I need to have around my ear, but easy to come by. So her ex-lover's brother that died was the killer of Rod. These men were just crazy. These men were just out here killing people just to... Alright. Rude. Bring the world down for her. Okay. This little squirrel. Grim unburied him. How cute. He saved him. What's that? They kissed. Finally. Rod got his revenge on Nick. Good. I'm glad Maria pulled her head out of her ass. Good to help. Is there gonna be a second book? Because Maverick's still out there, and I wanna know. Wisteria. It's a series, the Belladonna series. So you have Belladonna, Foxglove, and then Wisteria. And there's also a novella called Holly. Anyway, so with this series, this is the third book in the series. It's about Blythe, which is Cygna's cousin, and she gets into like a forced marriage with Fate, or Iris, as he is called. So enemies to lovers, you know, forced proximity, they're bound together, and new character kind of comes in, stuff's happening in Thorngrove all over the place. So much yearning is gonna be happening. It progresses, and when she finds out who she is and what she actually can do, you get to see how it kind of connects along the way, and there's a lot of signs that Iris is blind to, as you will see in my frustration. There is a little fox in here. It's a little cutie patootie. We love a little good pet. Interesting to see how things are interconnected and how it plays out. I think it's the best in the series. Let's get to reading. Listen, I'm not even to page 50, and the pettiness between them, these two guys, are crazy. This man sent her away in a carriage and was like, bye bitch, see you later. And then he won't even carry her ass. And it's just like, you got the most luxurious slippers that you wore to our wedding. Just hate each other. Holy shit. It's great. She says she was famished, which was perhaps her least favorite thing in the world, apart from Iris. Girl, same. I'm always hungry. Yes. So true. He said, not every genius will be appreciated, and too many amateurs will get the attention that others deserve. Yeah. I love it. She wrote a letter to her father and then to her cousin, and they are just so different. She's like, oh, I'm having a great, wonderful time with her father. Don't worry about me. And then to her friend, she's like, this fucking bastard. Like, can you come and hang out with me? And, you know, it's just a game that we're having. And she just loathes him, and it's fantastic. Like, she's not backing down, and we're here for it. But it's literally just like girl spilling the tea and then, oh, daddy, I'm fine. So funny. All right, she says, I understand wanting something that excites you, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't respect the other stories too. Building a life that makes you happy is nothing to dismiss. Yes, absolutely. Go and take your disease-ridden self to bed. This man, he doesn't care. Zero remorse, zero fucks were given. Like my bookmark. It's cute. I got it as a gift for my friend. Drink your water, because I haven't. Hydration's important. Yeah. This is why I have to pee all the time. But also, hydrate. You know? Iris is just like, you haven't seen anything yet. Have a seat, love. We're just getting started. So, they just had a moment. Blythe touched his hand and then started seeing the white-haired woman just life. And Iris is like, are you alright? Your eyes just rolled in the back of your head, seeing hallucinations of his wife. Does she not realize this is a sign? He's like, I have it handled. Come tomorrow and you will fall at my feet in tears over how amazing I am. Her response, it's a wonder you managed to stand the ground with that inflated ego. She was calling him foul names, and he's like, where the hell did you learn these things? Books. She's a book girly. Iris was like, are you gonna play along, or are you gonna require my hand to control you? And she said, touch me with your match, and I will burn down all of Wisteria with you in it. He whispered, I'm doing my part. Now gather your wits and do yours. She said, forgive me if I'm alarmed by your behavior. I didn't know you were capable of being a gentleman. They're in a sled together, and he sat behind her, and she's like, I wasn't sure how that was physically possible, but even breathing felt scandalous. She can't think. They're arguing on the sled, and he's touching her hips, and she's like, not able to think properly. Particular feelings inside her indeed. She had a sneezing fit, and he just goes, you're repulsive. I will attempt civility, very least. Promise not to plot your murder while you sleep. She accidentally cut her hand, and she's like, what is it? Is it horrible? Will I lose my hand? I literally tossed her hand aside and I was like, you devilish girl. Are you always this dramatic? She's like, have some delicacy. I'm wounded. Sometimes I wonder whether you walk straight off the pages of a fairy tale. He said, because of my princely charm, I'm aware. She's like, no, because you're as beastly as a troll. The wound healed itself? But you've changed your fate several times over. You're a mystery to me. A sweet briar full of thorns in my side. Of course, there's one bed. She's like, I'm gonna need help getting out of this dress. I suffocate tonight. And of course, the person to help her is asleep. So he has to do it. Be still, Sweetbriar. She asked if he'd done this before. And he's like, dresses have changed every the year. I swear they get more complicated every century. True. He's tried to be intimate with other people, but he said, without my wife, the pleasure has been lost. She's had some trysts in the woods behind Thorn Grove, and she mentioned some guys and a lady, but she's never been serious. Or she was waiting for someone. She was waiting for Iris. Like, y'all can't see what's in your face. What if you do find her and she no longer feels the same? Doesn't remember you, falling in love with somebody else? And he goes, then I will hope that her next life will be one that favors me. The yearning. Her dad won't tell her what's going on in Thorn Grove, so she's like, to do us both a favor before I either pester you to death or spontaneously combust from my own stress of not knowing. Iris calls her out, so she's always been like this then. She just needs to know, I get it. Iris just stood up for her, said she's not fragile, nor is she unwise. You're not protecting her by keeping her ignorant. She can make her own decisions. Some memories are starting to come back. She doesn't realize it yet though. Iris said, I'm not trying to take you away from your family, Sweetbriar. I'm not trying to pull you from the life that you know. All I'm trying to do is show you a world that you deserve to see. He just said, are you soliciting me, Sweetbriar? She says she's not, but we can leave emotion out of it. I am not who you want to love. Remember that you despise me. Oh, I remember, but that doesn't mean I'm not curious. They almost got together. It was going so well, and then Iris stopped it, brought her back to her room. He found Life's mirror in her room. He told her, stay away from me. She realizes she's Life now. This soul girl appeared. She's like, you don't recognize me. I'm here when you guys get out of hand and you guys don't follow the rules. On top of that, she's like, you have Rima's blood, which is Signa's mother. And she asked how she knew Rima. She said she killed her. So she's threatening her, saying if she doesn't fix her stakes for upsetting the balance, it's gonna be absolute chaos. So they're at the ball. Girls are talking smack to each other. Iris finally shows up and is like, speak one more word to my wife and I will tear your tongue from your throat. He then says to his girl, come, we've no business associating with such a creature. I've known children with less abysmal manners. Iris just realized I felt something that night that I have not felt in a very long time. It took him by surprise and he did not respond well as he should have. She said, I was taken by surprise too. You know I despise you. And he's like, I despise you too, but I fear we'll have to tend to it. And I admit that my suggestion for tending to the problem is far less than wholesome. Assuming of course you might want to be willing to try at least one more compromising position. They kissed and she passed out. Iris got a stocking for him and her, as well as for the fox. It has little bee with a paw print, and his name is Beastly. He told her, I wanted to name it after you. Iris just said, I don't believe in coincidence, Sweetbriar. After all that has happened, I am not so foolish as to believe you aren't part of my story. I've watched humans fight against their fate for millennia, and I have no intention of doing the same to my own. We are bonded. He gave her a canvas to paint the room of her dreams, and she made a library. They're finally getting together and he goes, seems I found another way to keep you quiet after all. She's freaking coughing up blood. She's poisoned. And she told Iris it's chaos that poisoned her. So we got Iris's point of view now. How easily has he allowed himself to get wrapped up in this girl? This beautiful, deplorable wife. Whether she realized it or not, he was putty between her palm. And the truth could no longer be ignored. For the second time in his life, he was in love. Life's sick and she just doesn't want to stay in bed. For as long as she could, she would live, no matter how exhausted she was. After hearing this guy sing, Bly's just like, how difficult it was to watch the most talented people allow fear to stop them from becoming all they could be. Iris told her, you have bewitched me, Sweetbriar, and for that I am terrified. You're always so put together, so polished, I like seeing you undone. And Iris said, good, Sweetbriar, I want to be undone by you. So Death and Iris go to meet up with Chaos to see what the hell's going on. Apparently, Chaos and Iris have a past. They just tried to kill the fowl that she saved from dying, and it didn't work. Death couldn't kill the fowl, and I'm not upset by that because the little baby horse didn't need to go away. He finally realized that she's his reincarnated wife. What a fool he'd been not to see it before. Yes. How many signs did you skip over? Finally. So she went back to Thorn Grove and found the person. It was Percy. Oh shit, the guy who tried to kill her. That was her brother. So to save her life, essentially Cygna killed Percy. But since Percy came back, Blythe got sick. And that's why she's worsening, because he's still alive and he shouldn't be there. Balance. Bro, why are you saying not to hurt him? This man tried to kill you. So Chaos shows up. It doesn't work like that. When life gives her blessing, it extends someone's time on Earth. They'll live an entire lifetime without threat of being taken leaving early so they can't kill him. Oh, Chaos tried to go for Cygna, and Death held her back, and she's like, you look like the spitting image of Rima. And freaking Cygna was like, get my mother's name off your filthy tongue. He's cradling Blythe, and he's like, even now you were a thorn in my side, Sweetbriar. I don't know how you expect me to exist without you again. She told Cygna, remember what I said, you were the girl who cannot die, and I am the one who will forever be reborn. Do not think you can escape me so easily. Are these final words? She told Percy, I hope the life you stolen from me provides all that you deserve, Percy. Iris sacrificed himself to save Blythe. He said, I'll come back for you reincarnated. So Iris is definitely dead, and Blythe is in mourning, and she's like nonverbal. Her father goes on her doorstep every day, gives her food, and when she finally opens her door to talk to him, he's like, he is why you're still here with us, isn't he? He is who I have to thank. And he's there every day, takes care of her, feeds her, and finally she's speaking to Death and Cygna again, and Cygna asks how she's doing. Is there anything she can do to help? I'm becoming more of myself each day, though it's a slow process considering I no longer know who that self is. 27 years had passed since the death of Iris, and still she wore her wedding ring. It would always and forever only be him, because Blythe understood now why Iris hadn't been able to move on. He was part of her very soul, and there was not a person in this world who would ever be able to fill the absence of his lost had heart within her. So she's having tea with her dad. The fox makes a noise. And at the door, she sees a gold thread, and she finally gets reunited with Iris, who came back reincarnated. Tell me I'm not dreaming. Tell me that it's you. He goes, hello, Sweetbriar. Took her chin in his hand. Between her lips, Iris whispered, I finally found you. They're finally together after all this time. What a freaking ending. Good. I'm glad it ended like that. And Scythe and Sparrow. So this is the third book of the Ruinous Love trilogy. So the first book is Butcher and Blackbird. Second is Leather and Lark. So it follows a series of, some friends that are serial killers, brothers that are all grew up together in an interesting way. And so this is the story of the youngest brother, Fionn, however you say his name, and Rose, who's a circus performer, likes to defend girls who are in fucked up situations, and shit turns sideways when she runs into him. And there's also a lovely raccoon named Barbara. She will be your favorite, trust me. But it's such a quirky, fun read, and there's the stories in the trilogy are all interconnected. They started as friends of benefits, and things change along the way over time. He is rational while she's a little bit of chaos, and they kind of mix together pretty well, as you'll see along the way. And he also brings out his real self with her. Now we get to start. And of course, I wore my little knife earrings, some blood, they're glittery. And I got my little Leather and Lark shirt because I had to. Loki's here, little tiny face. He's here with me, so that's good. Torian. So she takes cocktail sticks and slams it into this guy's eye. And she describes it as macrame kindergarten craft. Oh, that's pretty good. She's trying to help other women. I get it, defending them. Fionn. Why would you just say fuck it and go inside when you see all this blood and this girl walking in here? Oh my god. Okay, further, he says, like an idiot, in any horror film ever made, I follow it. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Why would you follow that? She said, you look like Dr. Make Spice. And then she's like, oh, you're one of those CrossFit guys? Just the sass she has with a freaking bone sticking out of her leg. Girl, gotta definitely be on something. And then she called him out for not even knowing, I guess, the paramedic's husband that works at the gym he goes to. Different priorities, Rose. Oh shit, this doctor just said that the guy that Rose essentially fought with the cocktails in his eye got admitted to the same hospital she's in surgery for. Oh shit, it's about to get real. No salvaging the eye. She took his eye. I mean, he was a dick anyway. He deserved it. Guy's not talking about what happened. I wondered if he's embarrassed. Weird. Guys. Fionn just found the dude's ID in her stuff. Oh, it's gonna happen now. We're only in 26 pages so far, so we're here though. We're here for it. She just said I'd probably look as appealing as a bag of dicks. Girl, killing me. Harvey's name is Big Ol' Dorothy. And of course that has sparrows on her because she's a little sparrow. Fionn, when you come out of nowhere and scare the shit out of someone and grab them when they're trying to get into their house, yeah. You just came out of nowhere and helping her with her door. A little stalkerish, but I mean, he brought her back her bite and check on her. Fionn, what we really doing here? Poor Rose. She's struggling to get into her motorhome, or Dorothy, and she sets her crutches aside and she gets in. They just fall. Fionn just mentions the guy who lost the eye. Oh boy. Such a move. She's like, don't cry, don't you fucking cry, like in her head. And she fucking loses it. I get it. I would too after that. This man offers her a place to stay and then helps her to the car, buckles her in. Just such a gentleman, okay? He crochets. He bought her a little bedspread and everything so she could stay in the guest bedroom. Sweet. Oh my gosh. His brother is like, get you out of your Hallmark sad man cinder whatever era. And he called him a broody asshat. Siblings. She says, the fur is really adding to the experience for me. When she's removing her, I guess, bandage off of her wound from her leg. And Fionn just is like, I like carpet, fur is hot. Bro, oh my gosh. Where is your mind? But then he says, just wait till you get the cast. And she's like, what do you mean? It's gonna hurt? He's like, no. But once you take it off, you'll be able to braid it, her hair on her legs. Oh my gosh. Cleans up her wound afterwards, but he's still a gentleman and doesn't like, she's clothed, robed so far. Yeah, she says, you've got a little vicious streak hidden away in you, but you've got a kind streak too, and I like them both equally. Even though she doesn't know, a little bit earlier he was thinking about just hitting the guy with a wrench over the head that did this to her. Just out of fury. He rethought it, but I mean... Rose goes into the store. It's a hunting, fishing, and she finds, I guess, Naomi's husband, which is the nurse that helped her. Because homegirl says she pretty much needed help because her husband was a dick, like the other one was. And on the phone, she's hearing this conversation in the store. He's like, bitch, I'm gonna go out in the town, and guess what? You can't do nothing because I'm about to leak all these pictures of you. Like, the audacity. What are you gonna do, Rose? But she's in a cast. Like, Naomi's husband, Eric, I guess that's his name, tries to flirt with Rose, these men. And then he tries to get Winchester 350 Legends a box of ammunition when even the owner is like, it's not hunting season. What is he doing? Don't go telling the sheriff, not my fault if a deer gets in my way. Red flag everywhere. She got a Damascus steel blade, so she's getting some goodies for herself. This girl literally hides in Eric's car with her new blade. And then her phone rings because Fionn called her. And he's like, what the fuck? And she's just like, ta-da, motherfucker. So Rose gets the jump on Eric, but then she gets wheezy. She's like, maybe I'm not cut out for this. But on top of that, then she can't even dispose of the body. And she's like, I gotta call Fionn. The whole experience could have been better probably, but I didn't pass out, so I'll take that as a win. And I got celebratory beer because the guy that she killed had it in the back of his trunk. And then Fionn shows up and is just like, what the fuck is going on? Is this your blood? What is happening? And she's like, why are you kind of calm about this? And he's just like, oh my god, that's just great. Just do things to leave evidence. And so she tries to get facial recognition for this guy's phone, and she stapled his eyelids with the facial recognition at work, and she keeps like, oh, the whole time trying to do it. Fion's like, yeah, you need to do something, a different hobby. And then on Eric's phone too, she found that he was definitely cheating on Naomi. Helped her get rid of the body and the phones. So Fionn goes to the Suture Sisters, which is his little crochet club, and he finds Rose there, and they start gossiping about, the guy that they got rid of, and they start freaking out. And then Rose goes, oh, I'm just trying to make a sex swing. Fionn spits out his lemonade, blushes so hard, and all the women are like totally invaded, like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, and this, and he's just turning red. Poor Fionn. She's like, you do not look like most people, and she blushes, and he says his little heart, his little flip. That's adorable. What if this all goes tits up? New saying. I love how Fionn's like, fucking Barbara, and then Rose is like, yeah, fucking Barbara, let's fuck her up. And who is she? She's recognized, and she's like, oh, I don't want to fuck her up now. She sounds cute. They found Barbara. Barbara not only gets up on her hind legs and slowly walks back into her room, but she freaking flies through the air. It's Fionn in the face. But he's fine. They got her. And then he said to Rose, I'd take a raccoon to the face for you any day, Rose Evans. Oh my gosh, they're at the clinic. And Fionn texts her hide after she gets rid of Barbara because one-eyed dude came back. Oh. This guy gets his eye checked out by Fionn, but really, he's asking about the girl that's with Fionn and, heard she had a broken leg. He's digging Fionn and giving it to him. Fionn said, I can't deny how much I want her. She's so fucking beautiful, it sometimes hurts just to look at her. Man has it bad. Rose follows him again and ends up at the place where he's helping stitch up guys who fight, I guess, people from the town for money in a barn. He said, you hurtle yourself through a metal cage on a death machine, and you subsist on a diet of waffles and sugar. I can't say I trust your self-preservation instincts. So in this fight barn, Rose gets knocked down and whatever, and Fionn just snaps and beats the shit out of the guy who knocked her down. Think they were about to kiss. Oh, this is the part where Rowan and Sloane make an appearance. Book one. Fucking Rowan. I'm her daughter. Nothing's going on between us. And he's like, forbidden. I like it. Makes it 10 times hotter. Rowan also calls Rose little banshee. It suits her. When Sloane and Rowan are leaving, he's like, she beat me up with her crutch, Blackbird. And then Sloane's like, and then you ate 3 helpings of her waffles this morning and single-handedly drained her maple syrup supply. I think you'll survive, pretty boy. Man, just stealing all of her food. So it starts getting a little spicy. Fionn and Rose. And he's like, no, we need rules. We need ground rules before we start doing this. And Rose is like, all right, we'll talk. And he's like, yeah. And she's like, okay, with all due respect, Dr. K, shut the fuck up. And priorities, sir. Priorities. It's me. I'm the priority. I don't want a relation. Bitch, you're already in love with her. You're already in love with her. Let's not play these games. This man says while they're doing stuff, if you don't want it to stop, then you'll keep your eyes on me, sir. So he's like, oh, you didn't think we were done, and carries her into the bedroom after that. Okay. Listen, the doctor just can't get enough of Rose because they were flying on an airplane and he utilized that opportunity. You know what I mean? They really like each other. The hotel only has 1 bed. Another bowl broken. We all know what happens with 1 bed. He nicknamed her Mayhem. It really actually suits her a lot. So all the girls from the books are talking about the relationships and everything. And Lark, of course, puts a gold star on her. And Sloane goes, you're part of the sticker bitch crew now. You can't get away from us. Rose says, you don't have to try to be hard to be someone else. I like the dark too. He's so delicate with my broken parts, even when he's about to destroy the rest of me. They're back home, sitting at the clinic waiting for him. The guy with 1 eye shows up while she's reading tarot cards. Is like, good things not in your future? Maybe that's true. Good things probably aren't. And then he brings up the guy that she unalived. They found the truck in him. So she doesn't even tell Fionn that Matt showed up and said the stuff. A month later, she's back at the surface. He visits her and some guys running on the treadmill that he gave her for recovery. And she stole Barbara. The guy on the treadmill apparently is a drug dealer, selling to kids. And she's like, oh, I just thought I could hop him up on amphetamines and he would die. And instead, he just has so much energy that she essentially tricked him onto running on the treadmill to beat her score. And he won't stop. Fionn said, I don't think he's going to magically die on your treadmill, Rose. A girl can dream. So Fionn is able to get the guy out of the Dorothy, the RV, and is like, oh, you ready to take it up a notch? Let's run around the grounds instead of in here. So he gets him out. Thinks he's a track athlete and can jump hurdles. Dude ate shit and died. About cotton candy and what it was put on and used for, I don't think that's sanitary. Even if he washed it, I don't think that's sanitary. A year later, so the one-eyed guy comes to the little battle barn place. Fionn is fighting. How's your girlfriend since she killed using all this stuff? What is he planning? Rose is dressed up as a clown because I guess that's her gig. She's like, I thought you wanted me to have fun. And Fionn says, mayhem and moderation. That's boring. Rose says, close my arms around my middle and think of Fionn's embrace, of the warmth of his presence and the calm that comes with knowing there's someone out there in this crazy world who sees the real me and doesn't turn away. The one-eyed guy showed up to her tent. Oh my gosh, she just said, you'd look just as much like a clown as the first time I met you because he's in clown makeup. So she's running from the one-eyed guy. They're running through the freaking fair circus grounds in October. She goes into the haunted house, sneaks over them, and she again says, ta-da, motherfucker. Oh my god. So when she hit him, she popped out his other eye. And she's like, holy shit, it's true. I hate you so hard. Your eyeball popped out. And she starts to retch. Fionn realizes something's wrong, finds her in the haunted house, and she still doesn't tell him. She's like, oh yeah, I just gotta finish the thing. Just tell him this is the man who's chasing you and trying to kill you. He can help. Matt catches up to them. Fionn saves Rose. This man then says, you want someone to help you. Do you really think I would ever let you threaten her and walk away? You don't deserve mercy. So the only thing I'll give you is suffering. He kisses her finally, and Rose says, the moment his lips touch mine, I know I'll never be the same. So Fionn saved her. They break all the rules and celebrate in ways. After they've done that, they're like, oh, there's still a body on the wall. I need to get her out of here. Where are you guys? Called Leander to help? Leander? Intestines remind me of sausages, and that makes him want a hot dog. Why does she do this with food? I'm still gonna read it. She describes Lurk as a storm of sunshine and glitter, and it's so true. She admitted to being in love with him. No, Rose, it's not too late to tell him. Lark is missing. So of course Rose and Fiona are trying to find her. She just had coffee with her. Lark is my girl. I'm going to get her back. Stay there for your girly friend. Always have your besties back. She just told Fiona that she loves him. The show can't start until you jump. Fiona switched up Bentley and he's like, you need to stop eating bacon. You're like 150 pounds. Fiona, you go to the gym. Don't fat shame a dog. Everything makes sense because of Rose. Finally. Like, what if I'm too late? Oh no. She's still fighting, so you have to keep fighting. Yes, save Rose. He tells the paramedic, this is Rose, freaking love her. I will not lose her, so here's what you're gonna do. He got her to the hospital and then had to leave the Leander? Oh, well, I mean, he is blackmailing Rose. He has to kiss her goodbye and leaves a note. And in the note, so I will love you for the both of us. I've loved you all that time, Rose Evans. I won't be stopping, not ever. She got a letter from him where he went when she was about to perform. And he goes, I love you. I'm not letting you go. I never will. She's getting the letters regularly. And they always end with that. I love you. I'm not letting you go. I never will. And then on one of them, he goes, the hardest secret I ever kept was the one I kept from you. It was not telling you how much I love you. How much it consumed me even when I tried to let it go. You unraveled a life I'd convinced myself I wanted. I'd go anything to go back, break every rule for the day we made them. Because I know now that I loved you even then. In the beginning. I knew even in the beginning. They called her out. He said, no, you don't live here. You exist here. Saying she's not the same. Her real home's with him. But he said take Barbara, because she get into the churro batter. Damn it, Barbara! It's so good to be able to finally say your name because I'm home now. He's reading the letter right to her face. I promise to spend every day doing everything I can to make you happy. There's no one else I'll ever love but you. This man. So they get into the hotel room and she reads the letter she wrote to him that he never had to open. She says, I hope you keep writing me and I'll keep writing you. I hope we heal ourselves and each other because I love you, Fionn. I'm not letting you go. I never will. Love, Rose. Fionn's gonna propose. I'm in the epilogue, and Rowan's dressed like a fucking dragon. Rose just said that he's starring in the busted version of Wicked. Brothers embrace, reconnect, and then he looks them each in the eye and says, I have an announcement. He's about to propose. Rose said yes. It was so cute. And Rowan's taking it in, slowing him talk, and she's like, you want to sneak away and do karate in the garage? Second epilogue. Okay. Oh, in this epilogue, we get a new person. Autumn Bower. She was the girl that Sloane gave her shirt to. That chainsaw guy. First book. Saved her. Wonder what story that is. Bonus chapter. Rose and Fionn have their own house. And it's a year later. Fionn completed the sex swing. That ending. Spice is fantastic. I want to know what happens to Autumn. Also, like, the other circus people, what's happening with them? Or how's Lucy doing? The people she said Naomi? And then Barbara. Like, I want to know Barbara Bentley and Sloane's cat. Like, I want to know how they're all doing. I want to see the boys take care of the animals when the girls are gone and what kind of trouble they get in together, too. It was good. Here are the reviews. Rod the Zombie. Loki gives it 1 paw up. The story was very interesting and how it was pre and post zombie apocalypse, as well as, how they met and got together. But there were little lulls here and there, and I felt like it could have been picked up a little bit more. But in the end, it wrapped up very nicely, and it was still a good time, a fun read. But I felt like there could have been like a little bit more, and I would have been like deeply invested. But I still loved how well that she went back and forth between the past and the present, and how at the end it kind of build up. I did enjoy it. I definitely still recommend reading it. It was very good. I think I want to say it was the author's first book. So give it a try. Wisteria. This gets 2 paws from Loki. In Wisteria, there is so much yearning, and the dynamic between the two is just, I fucking hate you too. I cannot live this life without you, and I will find you every time in the next life. Get your freaking tissues ready, because I'm telling you, the ending of this will make you cry a little bit. And her father, this man gives 0 fucks, and he is there for his daughter, and he will stick up for her every time and take care of his little girl. And you know what? I love that there's no bullshit between him and her, and there's no secrets, and he's always there for her. Signa, her cousin, got her back, and just it was such a slow how they finally got over their differences and realized they couldn't fight because they belong together, and it was just fantastic. Blythe really realizes that she's more powerful than she thinks, and she grows grows into herself in this. And, you know, even though she's afraid of what may happen near the end, she's still content to end the way she wants to and finds her own powers and her own voice, and she works through it even though she feels fragile and breakable all the time. Iris is there and like, no, there is more to her. And this woman is fucking fire. Is fucking fire. And he knows it. And he knows that she deserves this beautiful, fabulous life. And when you have people who put you down like that and just always treat you like a porcelain fucking doll, it's fucking annoying. And I love that he sticks up for her and he's telling people she can do whatever she fucking wants and puts her mind to it. And that is fan-fucking-tastic to me. Fantastic. So Scythe and Sparrow. This is 2. Scythe and Sparrow was so funny. The banter was hilarious. They are both just fucking chaotic as shit. And Barbara, her freaking drugged, hopped on sugar ass, getting into shit. I love it. And the fact that Fionn in the end not only chooses to save her by having to step away, even though he can't tell her, he still puts in the effort and sends the letters and lets her know that he fucking will never give up on her and she feels the same. And they just work through their troubles, and I love the little epilogue of them getting engaged and the other epilogue of Butcher and Blackbird where he should not have wore that dragon suit. And it's just funny. It's a good funny read. It's a good time, and there's a lot of moments when you're like, oh crap, things are happening and people are coming at you. I love how the stories interconnect with the beginning ones, and it's just like, it's such a funny dark romantic comedy, and they all fit together in their own way, and they're just like different, you know. Sunshine grumpy, tries to be serious all the time, and she breaks that in him and lets his rough side out. She lets his true self out, and at the same time, she's always herself. She never has to change for that. And she wants to be someone who helps others when, you know, that didn't happen for her, and Fionn understands from his past. Definitely recommend it. The whole series, not just this one. Thank you so much for watching another video. Loki thanks you too. And remember, do it awkward, do it weird, but at least you freaking did it. See you on the next one. Bye.